How's it going, everyone? Got quite a lot to talk about in this video as a major Halo-related announcement has been confirmed for later this year. This could potentially be related to some sort of PlayStation 5 announcement, and there's a lot of speculation on where Halo could go. There's a lot of options on the table, but you see what Microsoft is doing with Gears of War. I think there was a time where, people would be like, oh, Halo, Gears, those are off limits. But guess what? Gears is on PlayStation 5, Forza is on PlayStation 5. Those are two of the big three, I would say, as far as Microsoft IPs go, and Halo would obviously be the last one, and we could potentially see an announcement later this year, or, in general, some sort of announcement regarding the future of the Halo franchise. The Halo Studios has made an official announcement regarding the Halo World Championship, noting this: over the past few weeks, there's been a fair amount of speculation about when and where more details might emerge about any of the multiple projects Halo Studios is actively working on. We don't usually comment on such matters, but this time, we want to enter the chat and share a little more perspective for Halo fans who might be on the fence about whether to attend this year's event. Last year at Halo World Championship, we premiered A New Dawn, where we talked about the switch to Unreal Engine and gave you a behind-the-scenes look at Project Foundry, and debuted our evolution to Halo Studios as we enter a new chapter for Halo. For us, A New Dawn was just the beginning, and at this year's Halo World Championship, we look forward to continuing the conversation. Speculation is always fun, but if you want the official scoop on what Halo Studios has been working on, you don't want to miss this year's Halo World Championship. We really hope you'll join us in Seattle this October. Now, as far as what announcement could be happening, remember that at the last Xbox Game Showcase, Phil Spencer had noted that this is going to be a big year coming up for Xbox. We're going to have a new Forza, a new Gears of War, a new Fable, and a new Halo. Now, whether or not all four of those games actually land in 2026, I'm still of the belief that one of them is going to end up getting delayed. I could easily see that being Fable, you guys. I think that game at this point is kind of cursed, and, when you get a delay outside of 1 year into the next year and you don't even get a window attached to that, I think earliest we're getting Fable is fall of 2026, but who knows, I might be wrong on that. But they are positioning 2026 to be a huge year for Xbox, and nowadays a huge year for Xbox means a huge year for PlayStation owners as well. The rumor has been that Halo 1 is getting a ground-up remake, and that makes all the sense in the world to be the first Halo title on PlayStation platforms. What are they doing with Gears of War? Oh, it's Gears of War Remastered as the first game on PlayStation 5, which makes a lot of sense. Halo 1 being the first title on PlayStation 5 would make a lot of sense, and then after that, it would be interesting to see what is the future of Halo gonna look like, because whatever multiplayer project they are doing, that is the one that you would think they definitely would want to get on PlayStation 5, because first of all, Halo is at a point right now where it's not the hot property that it was, let's say, a decade and a half ago, really. Like, I remember the late 2000s, early 2010s with Halo 3, Halo Reach. You could go on with Halo 4, where Halo was at another level. I think with the Xbox One, Halo 5 wasn't that big. Halo Infinite, I really enjoyed. Guys, Halo Infinite is one of my most played multiplayer games of the last decade. I have like 200 hours in Halo Infinite. I had a great time with it, but the sustainability, the content in that game just didn't lead it to having a lot of staying power, which is always the name of the game with a live service game. The reality is, right now, Microsoft has an opportunity to really juice up the initial interest in Halo. Ultimately, it's on the game to have that level of sustainability, and if the content is there. But when Halo for the first time goes on PlayStation, and the multiplayer Halo experience goes on PlayStation, it is going to be huge, and you're only going to have a couple opportunities where the novelty is there. At a certain point, it's going to be like, okay, Halo's on PlayStation, it's what it is, it's just another IP, much like, a lot of the PlayStation games on PC at this point. It's cool when they drop, but the novelty isn't there as much, and it's on the game to be successful, like a Stellar Blade. With Halo, it's going to be the same thing, but I would really implore Microsoft to capitalize on that opportunity that releasing Halo for the first time and even the second time on PlayStation is gonna have. With Halo 1 Remake, that's gonna be a slam dunk. That's an easy W, and that's gonna do very, very well. It's whatever Halo multiplayer project that they're working on, the next one, that's gonna be the big one, and you would want it to be something that clicks right off the bat and people are hooked into, because initially it is going to have an immense amount of interest. It is going to have a gargantuan amount of interest, being that it's going to be this game embarking on this new era for Halo. If it is available on PlayStation 5 right out the gate, it's just going to be gargantuan in terms of the attention and awareness the franchise is going to have. You're not going to get a second opportunity like that where that level of momentum is there. Even if it's not on PlayStation right out the gate, that next multiplayer project is going to have a lot of attention for it being this next iteration of Halo. But if it's on PlayStation as well right out the gate, double that. It's going to be incredibly important that they deliver a top-level game right out the gate. Not something like Halo Infinite, where a lot of people would argue that Halo Infinite is an incredibly worthwhile experience, but the toothpaste is out of the tube. You get that one opportunity, and then after a game falls off like Infinite does, it's very, very difficult to reignite that interest. I think Infinite is what it is. Again, I had a great time with it, but now you're gonna have another opportunity with this new dawn of Halo, and I think it's incredibly important. I think it's paramount, and that goes without saying. Halo should be the crown jewel of Microsoft and Xbox, and for so long, it hasn't been that, and that's such a shame, because I grew up, I was a teenager when Halo 3 came out, and I remember the standees everywhere, and Halo 3 was a legitimate, it felt like cultural event when Halo 3 came out, and I can say the same for Halo Reach, but Halo 3 is the one that I really recall in 2007, where, you know, I wasn't even an Xbox guy, and I was seeing the standees everywhere, and the release of Halo 3 was just gargantuan, and I just don't think Halo has that appeal at this point. But can you reignite that interest? Can you get people invested into Halo once again? I think absolutely, and especially with New Dawn and where they decide to go. Maybe it's a lot of hopium, because I want Halo to be at a top level. I want Halo to be this big multiplayer experience, and I get it. It's gonna be live servicey. It's gonna have microtransactions. You guys, the days of expecting the Halo 3s and the Killzone 2s, those type of multiplayer experiences, they're dead and buried. Look at how much money the live service experiences are drawing in, and I get that. That's gonna be something that you just have to accept. However, as far as the multiplayer aspect goes, you can have a live service experience that's still a worthwhile game to invest your time into, and we've seen a lot of live service games be successful, and Halo should be an IP that's incredibly successful, and with that live service experience, you best believe that I'm expecting top-level campaigns. After Halo 1, I want to get more Halo campaigns, because Halo campaigns should be great, and I think there's a market for paid Halo campaigns, and I think there's a market where you can reignite the interest of Halo multiplayer, especially if you're talking a PlayStation release. So we'll see where it all goes. We'll find out later this year as a part of Halo WC, but hopefully it'll be a big event. I do question the announcement as far as it happening at Halo WC. Like, that's something I feel like should be tied to a big showcase. We did not need the Black Ops 7 announcement at the last Xbox showcase. I thought that announcement was just pathetic. Imagine ending your event of a PlayStation showcase or any showcase and being like, oh my god, NBA 2K is here. We're getting a new NBA 2K this year. Like, bro, we get a new COD every year. Like, people care about COD, but it's just like time and a place for everything, and I just don't think that was the time and the place for a new COD announcement. Halo WC, you could say, hey, this is the hardest of hardcore Halo fans that are going to be watching this. Yes, that's the thing. It's the hardest of hardcore Halo fans. We're trying to expand the appeal, and I feel like an announcement like the future of Halo should be more tied to an event that everybody's watching, like an Xbox showcase. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Interested to hear what you guys think and your expectation level of Halo. And I get that a lot of you guys want MCC on PlayStation. And look, MCC would sell very well. As far as maximizing revenue, MCC releasing that on PlayStation and getting all of those games, I just don't think from a business standpoint that's the route to go. I would do the Halo remake first, if that is in fact in development. You drop the MCC games over time, and I don't know if they want to go back and remake other Halos as well. I think there can be a lot of money in that as well from the campaign standpoint. And then I know from their standpoint, it has to be the priority is in the multiplayer experience, because from a live service standpoint, that's going to be the one that has the potential, keyword there, potential, to generate the most amount of revenue over time as possible. But that'll do it for me. Your thoughts down below. As always, thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.